What's up, guys? It's Des with Divine Geomatrix DG Readings. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I know that last week was a little bit weird. I did a video for the full moon, but I did not do one for the collective weekly reading. So today we'll go ahead and do the weekly collective reading, and I'm hoping to also put out more content for our zodiac signs. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to structure those readings, but keep you posted, and I'll send some notifications on that progress on my IG, which you can find me at it's with 3 S's, Des with 3 S's 8, or DG_crystals. So let's go ahead and get into today's reading. This is going to be for August 9th through the 15th, 2020. Keep in mind that time is an illusion, and regardless of when you watch this video, regardless of the date, it is that message for you in that moment. So let's go ahead and clear some space with Palo Santo. I hope you guys are holding up and you had a great weekend. I know that Mondays and Tuesdays are a little hard because we're starting our week, letting go of whatever happened in our weekend and just getting back in the flow and routine of our weekday. So some for you, some for me, some for my space. Alrighty. And I also want to play my Tibetan singing bowl just so that we can also open up our hearts and our crown chakras to receive the messages that the divine has in store for us. As I'm playing the Tibetan singing bowl, if you guys can just breathe in and out fully and release any energy that is stuck in these two areas, okay? Thank you, Spirit. All right. So 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and meditate together. Hi, Spirit. Please allow me to be an open channel for the collective at this time. I ask that you provide any clear messages that you have in store for us and you want to talk about today. This is for the week of August 9th through the 15th, 2020. And I ask that you provide any messages you have in store for us with love and light always. Awesome. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, guys. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. Okay. Okay. One more. Oh, okay. Is that it? They said try again. Oh, okay. Okay. So collective energy, we have anxiety, and this is upright. All right. The next card we have is Thinking Woman. The Thinking Woman card number 47. We have man holding a heart in reverse, card number 45. Okay. And the next one I have is the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, card number 37. Okay. So for the first card, we have card number 47. And if you add those two numbers together, you get 11. So the number 11 signifies a master number. It is definitely a number of great change, but more so on the spiritual side of things. It automatically feels as though someone is pondering on how they can take these ideas that they've been thinking about and how they can almost strategize or come up with some sort of plan of action to execute those ideas into fruition. For me, the number 1 signifies a new beginning. So if you have the two ones in there, so I don't study numerology, but based off of my own experiences is kind of how I tie in the numerology in my readings. If you're ever questioning me for whatever reason, you're more than welcome to look up these information for yourself and see really what these numbers really mean and what kind of information or messages they have for you. For me, the number 11 signifies 2 new beginnings, new cycles. So for me, it's almost like a personal a personal physical change, right? So right here in this 3D, in our 3D reality, going through a lot of changes here in the 3D, but also changes within in your spiritual life. So whatever you're thinking about, and this could be pertaining to your femininity or feminine, person. It could be a female. It really doesn't matter, the gender per se. It's more so of the feminine energies tied into that. So we all have our feminine and masculine. We all balance our feminine and masculine. We have a scale of that, but then we also in our relationship have a masculine dominant, a feminine dominant, and we polarize each other based off of our natural dominant role. Okay, so thinking woman definitely signifies to me that someone is, in a sense, pondering on what they can do to really bring their ideas into fruition. I kind of want to look a little deeper into this a little bit. It says female of wisdom or understanding. So this talks about how it could be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. So maybe some of you guys have met a woman or a feminine energy that is very intuitive, very studious, very conscious of the energies and our world around us. And this also can signify a side of you that's ready to blossom as well and bring more clarity and assistance to the world. So again, all those ideas that you guys might be having, basically they're coming up to you so that you can find a way to strategize so that you can, again, execute them and take a plan of action to get those ideas done. But then some of you, it could be that you're meeting someone tied into that feminine energy that comes with those traits that in a sense balances you out. Maybe you are more of an action type of person and you're going to help this person take action on whatever it is that they have in store and all these ideas that they have in mind. Next, we have man holding a heart, and it is in reverse. So it feels like our masculine energy is blocking us from being more in tune in our romance. It could be within ourselves, like the romance that we have within ourselves. It could be the romance we have with our significant other. But either way, it does feel like a blockage in the masculine energy. This talks about a disconnect or even a total shutdown regarding your emotional life. So if you kind of look at these two together, this is definitely talking about the masculine and feminine energies within, right? So we're sitting in this thinking energy, this very feminine energy, trying to find a way to, in a sense, dissect the energy or dissect the information that we're learning about our realities around us, and I guess self-educating ourselves on the things that are really going on. Basically trying to find the truth to the things that are happening in our world. But in return, it's also causing an imbalance in our masculine energy. And the reason being is because it could be out of fear. It could be maybe that we are, shutting down our emotions and, in a sense, pushing people away. It feels like we're lacking that sorry, I'm not that I'm drawing a blank, but I'm picking up on something and it's hard for me to explain it, so just bear with me, guys. Okay, so I think the reason why that we're blocking out, from other people from basically coming in to assist us or being more open to energies around us is because we're experiencing a lot of emotions from our past lives that are causing a shutdown or causing a blockage or causing this, in a sense, a wall coming up from us communicating to others about really what's going on. Maybe a lot of you guys are learning some hard lessons from your past that you didn't even know were there, and in return it's causing this lack of balance within your solar plexus. So that chakra houses your self-confidence, it houses your self-esteem, basically your self-worth, your identity, all of these different things, and also the energy to get things done. So because these two cards are reversed, it feels like you're sitting in this energy of overthinking, this anxious energy, which is causing almost like a fear-based mentality and also causing a lack of trust. So let's go ahead and continue pushing forward with these cards and seeing really what else Spirit has in store for us, and then I can go back and clarify those cards as well. We have Angel Balance, and it's in reverse. So yeah, it definitely feels like we are almost like, okay, so I identify as the feminine dominant in a relationship, right? But obviously I have my own personal scale of masculine and feminine. So I feel like lately my masculine energy has actually been a lot more dominant than my feminine energy, and I've been actively aware or trying to be more aware of the fact that I'm out of balance, or I'm out of my main role, right? So when that happens, we're actually causing the other person in our relationship to do the same. So if I'm the feminine dominant and I'm sitting in my masculine energy, that could cause my partner to do the same, but in reverse. So if that person is the masculine dominant and I'm being the masculine dominant in that moment, then that person might be the feminine dominant, and that causes an internal imbalance within ourselves, and with that imbalance, it basically causes to act and react in certain ways that are out of our own alignment. Does that make sense? So right now it does feel like we have an imbalance of that masculine and feminine within ourselves, which is causing that lack of energy or that lack of confidence within ourselves to get certain things done. And in return, it's causing an imbalance in our relationship, which is causing more anxiety. So I know you guys all feel that abrupt change that is happening on a collective scale. So be gentle with yourself as these things are changing, because as they're changing, so are you. And your perspectives are changing, and your mentality is changing, and your just reality as a whole. So be gentle with yourself and keep in mind that right now is definitely a time to self-reflect, look inward, and see what energies no longer serve, to create the space by letting go and allowing the universe to come in and bring the abundance and the blessings that we deserve, right? The next one is Door to Romance. So yeah, this definitely feels like Spirit wants to talk about our relationships, our relationships with ourselves, our relationship with a significant other, regardless of what it is, that lack of balance within our polarization, within our relationships, but also within ourselves, is causing that lack of romance in our relationship, that lack of connection. So we need to step back into our normal roles, our main dominant roles, so that we can allow the other person to do the same, and in return we're finding again that balance within ourselves. Patience in reverse. We are on a collective scale wanting everything to come to us now, but in all reality, it's not up to us, right? It's not up to us when things happen. Everything is on divine timing, and I feel like a lot of us forget that, especially right now with everything going on. So I get that with, all of the crazy things in our world happening, especially all at once, we want change to just abruptly happen. It doesn't work that way. Change needs to happen within ourselves in order for it to domino effect the collective change. So if you are sitting in this energy of like, I'm not happy, this anxious energy of like, what do I do, this overthinking energy, then what you're doing is basically, enabling yourself from growth by simply playing the woe is me card, or playing the, pity me kind of card. So I challenge you to step out of that energy, go back into your normal dominant role, so that you can allow the other person to do so in return. You're going to find balance within that relationship within yourself and within your significant other, which is going to lead to more romance, right? But patience will start to come easier, because you'll be in your normal normal role. You'll be sitting in energy that's familiar to you. When you're in reverse, for me, for example, as a feminine energy that's now sitting in a dominant energy right now, I feel like I have to step up when I'm not used to just having to step up like that. And not that I'm not capable of doing that, it's just that there are things that I have passion for, that I'm ready and willing to step up, especially for myself. But when it comes down to certain things, I'm not used to that, okay? So it's almost like out of my comfort zone. And I get it. We do need to step out of our comfort zone every now and again, especially when it comes down to change and growth. However, with this specific issue, it almost feels like we're causing more harm than good, and we're resisting change because we're like hermiting in instead of confronting the change that needs to happen and actually accepting it and letting those things go and moving forward, okay? We have Healer of Ages, and this is in reverse. So it feels like the overthinking is causing us to step out of our power. When we are in those reversed roles, we're actually forgetting about our power. As a feminine dominant, for me, I'm very empathic. I'm very compassionate, loving, and receptive in that way. But sitting in my masculine energy, it's almost like I'm pushing people away or stiff arming people, like, oh, I just can't right now, give me a minute, which I understand. But when we need the extra help and we do that, we're making things worse on ourselves. We're basically feeding our anxieties more so than asking for help to release those anxieties. So if someone's coming up to you and offering you help to release this whatever's burdening you right now, accept it. Don't be too prideful. Don't be too prideful to accept whatever it is that they're offering you. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So this is card number 40, and it's upright. So Spirit is telling you, focus on your third eye. Remember the vision. Remember your mission. Remember who you are and how you came here and why you came here, and basically remember the things that are outside of just your human form, right? So this is just a suit. This is just something that we wear. But in all reality, internally, we are a spirit. So that spirit reincarnates to different lifetimes. And we've been here many different times. But the thing is we forgot, because as we came down, we lost, in a sense, a little bit of our power. And the mission for us as a collective is to wake up to ourselves, to see, okay, well, we have a mission, and how can I use this human form to fulfill my mission? And maybe that's where the lack of balance is coming from, is not believing that you are capable of fulfilling whatever mission you know you have to fulfill. I understand it's hard. Believe me, like, even when I do my oracle card readings, this isn't easy for me, guys. Listening to myself on video, and even just sitting here and recording a video, and talking in a sense to myself, is a little difficult. But at the end of the day, I know it's needed, because every time someone comes up to me for a personal reading and tells me, all these validations on why I should continue pushing through the uncomfortability, it makes it that much worth it. So look at all those good things on your mission. Think about the reason why you want to continue pushing through the darkness, the reason why you want to push through the uncomfortability, because those things are going to fuel you to continue pushing through. We have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, and it is in reverse. This is card number 34. And then we have Financial Constraints upright. Okay. Yeah, so our lack of balance is causing an imbalance in our abundance, in an imbalance in our personal healing and happiness. So we are forgetting our power. We're forgetting to be patient and knowing that this is all in divine timing. Our anxieties feel a little bit uncontrollable right now, which I understand, but we do have the power to change that perspective and to help ourselves get out of that darkness. I kind of want to push a little bit further. Normally I want to stop at 30 minutes, but I'm going to get a little bit more clarity from Spirit about these cards. So let's clarify. Healer of the Ages in reverse, Door to Personal Happiness in reverse, and let's do Man Holding a Heart in reverse as well. Okay? So let's clarify these three cards here and see what Spirit has to say. Okay. Right off the bat, one came out. 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. We're not communicating. So I get it. I get it. I know that with quarantine and everything, we kind of feel like we can't communicate, or we can't talk to other people about what we're feeling or what we're dealing with. That right there is false. That's a misconception that our ego is creating in our minds out of safety. So because we're sitting in this anxious energy, our ego is really, really loud. And that's what is causing this impatient energy. So, and not to mention the reverse in our polarization in our relationships. So keep in mind that the more that you listen to your ego, the less likely you're going to stay on your spiritual journey and stay in alignment. So right now, Spirit is basically asking you to communicate with yourselves, like start journaling maybe, and read the things that you are writing about, because those things that you're writing about are basically things that you need to tell yourself on what needs to be healed, right? Communicate with others about what you're learning, what you're going through. So the other day I got into an argument with my best friend because, I felt like she wasn't there for me when I needed her the most. In all reality, it's about me being there for me too, right? So instead of taking it out on her, I should have just realized that, Des, you can do this on your own. You can get through this too. You can push through the uncomfortability. You can push through this energy and, get through this. But in return, after I did get myself out of it, I was also able to communicate with her on the things that I was not okay with. Not necessarily blaming it on her, but telling her that, sometimes when I need that extra help, or that, that validate, not even validation, I don't want to say it like that, because we don't necessarily need outside validation to know that we can continue pushing through the darkness. But it was more of like I needed to tell her my truths. I needed to tell her my piece, because if I didn't, it would have sifted through and literally sat in my stomach. It would have ate me alive and would have caused probably a worse relationship with that person. So I honestly think that right now, guys, it's a time to communicate with your significant other about what you've been feeling. In this specific reading right now, it does feel like it's more so with the significant other and with ourselves. So if you have to paint, if you have to journal, if you have to somewhat do something to release this energy, please do it. And reread the things that you're reading, because like I said, those are the messages that we are telling ourselves on what needs to be released and no longer serves. Aside from that, the mission that we have is to domino effect collective change, right? So we all know right now we're sitting in a really crazy, dark world, right? But it's up to us as light workers, as, you know, spiritual beings, to shine that light that's in ourselves and help illuminate this world to become, again, that light, vibrant world again. So Spirit wants you to remember the reason why that you received the plan or the mission that you did, and remember your worth. Remember who you are. Remember that you have gifts to, you know, heal the world and to heal yourself. And in return, as you remember who you are and remember that you are this powerful being, you know, to manifest your dreams into reality, as you continue to sit in that energy, you're allowing someone else to show up as their authentic self to do the same, and they're also being that light, illuminating their light into the world, which is again going to domino effect to another person and another person and another person, and eventually we're going to all feel that spiritual energy and feel that light energy, so that the darkness that has been around our world for so long is no longer controlling us. We have the power to get out of that lack perspective, that tunnel vision perspective, and open it up a little bit more to who we are and what our mission really is. So let's go ahead and see what else Spirit has for us. All right, Spirit, please clarify these 3 cards for the collective. I'm not going to take all that. Sorry, guys. Okay. Please clarify these 3 cards for me. Deceit, upright, and 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Okay, this is gonna get kind of heavy, guys. Action. All right. So, deceit. It feels like we're having a hard time forgiving ourselves. We're having a hard time letting go of the things that we've done in the past, or the things that other people have done to us in the past. Therefore, we're sitting in more anxious energy. Those energies are detrimental to our spiritual growth. Let me just tell you that right now. I do want to clarify a little bit more on the deceit cards. So let me see. This card comes as a warning that you may be there might be some deception going on in your life. The person hiding behind the curtain is likely someone you know or deal with, either personally or professionally. So this could be a person that isn't looking out for your best interest, therefore is causing more anxious energy. So it could be maybe a cord that was connected to you that you weren't aware of and is bringing you down. Think of it as when we plug our phones into an outlet, it gives our phone charge, right? It gives us our phone power. So people can do that on a spiritual scale and plug their cord into us, get that energy from us, and in return draining us. So this is where the deceit cards come into play. But it could also be regarding a personal issue as well. Someone spreading rumors or disrespecting you to others. It could be a business matter where details are being hidden or even manipulated. So maybe you're in a position, in a working position with a company that is literally just eating you alive. I challenge you to check in with yourself and see how you can get out of that energy because it feels as though it could be someone that's not necessarily looking out for your best interest. For others of you, it could also be that it's yourself. It's coming from within. It could be that you're lying to yourself about something. Maybe it says the bag of valuables may be holding things like self-esteem, happiness, and even leisure time. Okay, so maybe you're kicking yourself in the ass about not having enough time for all these different things, but you have the control. You have the control to say yes or no to things. So if there's something going on in your life that you don't agree with, say no. It's okay. What is the other person going to do? Say no. It's called self-respect. It's called boundaries. And as you build these boundaries, you realize that other people are going to start respecting you more because you have drawn the line and you said, nope, I'm not going to deal with this crap. So be careful. Be careful and be aware of the people that are in your life that may not be out there for your best interest. If you have ideas out there that you want to execute, or if you know what your mission is, don't go around spreading all that around. Don't tell people about your business. The reason being is, yeah, okay, you might be excited. Yeah, okay, tell a few people that you really do trust. But at the end of the day, don't go around telling strangers your life. Not everybody's out here for your best interest. We are living in a very dark world, and we're living in a world that people perceive it to be every man for their own. That is not how Source, Divine, the universe wants us to live. We are meant to live in peace. We are meant to live in a reality that we can coexist with all living beings, all living things, and find harmony together. But somewhere along the road, we forgot, because all of these elites, all of these big people that are up here, they're trying to control us. But we're willing to give our power to these people when all reality it's ours to use and ours to, cultivate, to take action on, right? And it's causing an imbalance in our heart chakra. So it feels like we're questioning ourselves only because of whatever's being told to us, whatever is being said to us, whatever things, negative things are being, are being, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Whatever negative energy is being sent our way. But it does talk about how, remember that the universe has a hard time sending you honoring experiences if your energy is surrounded in self-deceit. So you are manifesting this energy and making it bigger, right? So energy doesn't know positive or negative. Energy just knows energy. So if you're telling the universe, I'm unworthy, I don't deserve all this, I'm not enough. Well, what do you think the universe is going to give you? All of those things, but triple the energy that you just sent out to the universe. So you're blocking yourself from your own abundance. And it feels like that, and you're also causing more of an imbalance in your heart chakra, which is causing more of an imbalance in your relationships within yourselves and also in your personal life. So be careful. Be careful of who you let in. Be careful of the energy that you allow yourself to take in. Protect yourself. A good way of protecting yourself is right before you leave your house. If you pretend that you're surrounding yourself with this big energetic bubble, right? So what I like to do is kind of just like go like this. And I tell myself, I am safe. I am safe. I am protected. And I know that I have spirits that are guiding and protecting me always, right? So you are putting a bubble around yourself, around your energy, around your aura, so that other people cannot just ready and willing to plug shit into you, okay? Be careful who you surround yourself with. Be careful what energy you allow to take in, whether it's words, whether it's actions, whether it's you just being in a surrounding, whether you're sitting by yourself, but you're around a bunch of people that are just completely negative and you're hearing all of it, yeah, well, some way you're actually receiving it too. You're actually taking it in. So be careful. Take action. So that is the collective card after my shuffle. Okay, I can't go down that rabbit hole right now. But yeah, it's Spirit's asking you to take action because you have the financial constraints. I have to sneeze. Just kidding. So you have the financial constraints in here, and this card is telling you that you are causing this imbalance in your life on a physical, emotional, and a mental scale. These two cards, and then this one in reverse, that doesn't sound like a very pleasant scenario. So pull yourself out of this and remember who you are. Have patience. Have patience with this situation, and have patience with your journey as you're remembering who you are and remembering that you have that power to get yourself out of it, and you communicate with your partner with whatever it is that you're dealing with. You're going to find more balance in your life. In return, you're going to feel that romance again within yourself and within your partnership, and you're going to be able to rekindle that relationship, which is going to which is going to push away the deceit, which is going to push away the negative energy, and in return is going to make you feel that that energy to want to take action and find your personal healing and your personal happiness. You're going to live in your heart center, and you're going to basically remember that you are loved, and you are loved, and you are protected, you are guided, and as you're doing that, you are showing up for the world and domino affecting that collective change. I couldn't have said it any better. Remember that everything that I receive are just messages from the divine. I know this was kind of a heavier reading, but at the end of the day, it's the message that that source and that universe wants to talk about. So check in with yourself. Try not to feed more of your anxieties. Do something about it. Communicate with your partner. Communicate with your loved ones on what's going on. Seek the help that you need. And remember who you are by living in your heart center and taking action on the things that you need to get done. Because at the end of the day, the more you feed your passions, the easier it is to show up as your authentic self. The easier it is for spirit to come in and give those abundance and those healing energy that you deserve. And it's easier for you to push away the energies that don't serve and aren't looking out for your best interest. So I hope you guys found insight and clarity. Let me go ahead and just cap this all off with an affirmation, just so that you guys have something to reflect back to for the rest of the week. And as you're saying this affirmation, I ask, or I challenge you to repeat this every day if you can, and just focus on it for the week, okay? All right, Spirit, please. Okay. That didn't take long. Awakening crystal. Soul awakening. I am awakening to my true essence, and I am a full expression of my soul's vibration. Yes. So if you have to stop the video and screenshot this or whatever you gotta do, I get it. But repeat this. I am awakening to my true essence, and I am a full expression of my soul's vibration. Spirit said one more affirmation. Ancient wisdom crystal. Ancient wisdom. I am an expression of powerful ancient wisdom of my soul. It guides me through life. Yes. Remember who you are. Remember to follow your soul, not your ego. Let go of those energies that no longer serve. I understand it's uncomfortable. I understand it's hard. We're all going through it. So talk about it. Don't be afraid. Your emotions are not out to get you if you let them. And just stay positive, okay? So I love you guys all. Again, I hope you guys found insight and clarity on this reading. I will see you tomorrow if you guys are on Instagram. I'll be on IG Live for our Wisdom Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. Okay? So I love you. Peace, love. Namaste. See ya.